I saw a very interesting law of attraction technique that I want to share with you all. That is something I've never heard before. And the guy that made the post said that he doesn't see a lot of information about it anyway. So I don't know where he heard it from. I can link it to you if you want, but it was an interesting idea. And I figured it deserved to be shared because I want to use these videos to accumulate all different techniques and all different ideas as a compilation of things that may or may not work for you. So this technique was called negative simulation. That's what he's calling it. That's what I'm going to call it. Negative simulation. I think he's interpreting it differently than I would, but I'll give both versions. Basically, negative simulation, as he described it, is you take an idea and you rationalize how it is very unlikely that bad situation would happen. Let's say, for example, that your husband or wife was at the store and they're taking a while, and you know them, they tend to screw around a lot. So while your thoughts may go to the worst places, maybe they got in an accident, maybe they fell, whatever, what is the likelihood of that actually happening? So when you do that, when you give these unlikely scenarios of bad, it makes you come back to reality of they're probably just screwing around and they'll be fine. That assumes that you are that type of person that will rationalize the situation and be in a higher state of vibration through the fact that you will observe that that's probably not going to happen. Now, the way I interpret negative simulation is that you take the bad situation and you make it so extreme, so ridiculous, that it has no choice but to bring you back to reality, because it's just satirical at that point. And and because it's satirical, it also asserts the positive anyway. For example, let's say that I'm trying to manifest my SP, but I do not have my SP right now. So what I do is I visualize me being with my SP, getting her pregnant, and then saying, oh, I'm gonna go get some milk, and I don't come back, and meanwhile she's at the house pregnant, spawning little me's to the gremlins thing. It's so ridiculous and out of character that that's fucking stupid. And then you'll have no choice but to come back to reality that, well, I'm still going to get my SP. I'm just not gonna have gremlin babies, obviously. And so it still validates the manifestation you are trying to do, while at the same time being as fucking diabolically ridiculous as possible. It's something to consider, and it's something that you might want to explore on your own time and figure out what that means for you. But all in all, I think it was a really good idea, and it's good to see others expanding upon what Neville Goddard and others are saying, and adding their own techniques and their own spins to this, because you got to think of it like that. You got to think of it like a strategy guide in some video game or card game or something, where the same techniques aren't going to work for everybody. And while some people will rave about certain meta decks or whatever, you as an individual just think differently and play differently. So the meta deck might not be your meta deck. It could be a good deck. It could just work for a lot of people, but it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So you need to take in all these different archetypes and all these different methods and try them out and see what works for you and what doesn't. And if you're doing better, if you're feeling better and you're thinking better, guess what? It's working for you. So I guess that's it.